Okay, this is the Weege Show. We have Justin Hill, and we normally don't talk about racing when I do these interviews, but we have no choice because we're sitting next to a rig that has #1 plates all over it, and there's a giant blank spot.
Not here. That's what we're trying to do.
Yes, but you realize you should be superstitious and you should not want to even look at that or talk about it.
But I'm not.
Why are you not scared? Aren't you weird like all other riders? Like most riders don't want to deal with this stuff.
No, if you're a dirt bike rider, you can do what you can do, which is your best.
Okay.
And if that's not good enough, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, well, look, this is what gets people mad because they hear riders say, I just want to have fun. I just want to do my best. And the fans want you to say, no, I want to win. I want to win. But isn't that really a tool to help you win when you say that?
Well, ideally, I want to win.
Yes.
I don't like losing.
Right.
If that helps the whole deal.
Well, it's just you can take pressure off yourself by saying, look, all I can do is what I can do. There's some things out of my control. I can't string up a noose around my neck because I got a bad start or crashed or something.
Yeah, there's way too many variables in Supercross. Yes. Like you can't take a fall in the first corner and go, oh, I'm done. You know, like you just have to do the best you can do with the hand you're dealt.
Okay.
But I want to win real bad.
All right. Yeah, that's been a while actually since there's been a plate on there. That's 2012.
Supercross one here, so we're looking at about 6 years.
Yeah. There could be 2 actually coming, though. That's the strange thing. There could be 2 in the same year, so I don't know which plate would go up first if that happens. But am I going too far now talking about this? Are you getting scared at all?
No, not really.
You think Joey might be scared that I'm mentioning 2 titles, maybe?
Maybe.
Okay. You're different than most. You're cool with it. Now, let's put it this way. I think part of the reason you're cool with this is I think you enjoy being a dirt bike rider, a dirt bike racer. See, you have fun with everybody here. Yeah. I think you enjoy this more than a lot of riders do. Everyone should enjoy being a professional dirt bike rider. It sounds cool, but it's not always cool. But I feel like you roll with it better than a lot.
It sounds cool. The idea of it is always like, oh yeah, you're a dirt bike rider. You get to ride a dirt bike for a living. That's amazing. But there's a lot that comes with it. There's a lot of hard times, and I've had a lot of those hard times. Yeah. And because I've learned to really just do the best I can do and enjoy the ride. That's all you can do.
Also, going through the amateur ranks, you're always good, but you had a unique situation. You also had a brother who was really good. So did you always say, yeah, I'll be at that level. I'll win Supercross races. I'll battle for Supercross titles. Was that always on your radar, or were you just enjoying the ride for part of it? Not
until I was like a teenager, like 13, 14. I started to think, okay, yeah, this is what I want to do, and this is what it's going to take. You know, when I was a kid, it was just like, oh yeah, my brother does this, and I ride too. You know, but everybody, the one thing everybody always used to say is like, oh, you're gonna beat your brother someday, you know, like that. But you know, I never really knew. I was like, probably not. You know, but you know, when I was a teenager, I started taking it seriously and realizing that this is no longer a deal where I'm reflecting on Josh's thing. This is my own thing, and I have to work to get it.
Well, we're just seeing more evidence of riders who kind of bloom a little later, go for a little later, aren't grinding it out at age 6 and having to win every week. Seems like it works better. So do you think you're almost better served? You didn't take it quite as seriously until later?
It suits me better just because I'm a bit more of a free spirit. I like to enjoy myself. So, like, you know, now this is my 5th year as a 250 rider, and it's taken me a little bit of time, to figure out how to ride the 250 to its potential, because I truly am a 450 guy. So I had to learn how to ride the little bike.
You had ridden 450s before?
My whole amateur career, I always, you know, on a big bike was 450s. I loved the big bike, so I didn't, you know, and I did win on 250s. Yeah. But it wasn't the one I liked, and it wasn't the one I was comfortable on. So when I got on the, you know, and we went to 250 only. Yeah. I had to really just focus on that and try to make it. You know, obviously injuries and things like that don't help you get to the level, but you know, I've had to kind of, you know, figure out how to get there.
There was that one 450 race at Monster Cup, which most people have probably forgotten about, when you were like challenging to win the thing. Like, remember Trey Kennard almost got the $1 million, but you were the guy putting pressure on him. We saw a little glimpse.
Yeah, but you know, I had a couple weeks on the bike, you know, from a Kawasaki 250, and you know, I was comfortable right away. When I get on a 450, everything comes a little bit easier to me. I'm a little bit bigger of a guy as far as just like, you know, if I'm not really trying to cut weight, I am about 175, 180 pounds. Okay. So I'm not a super light guy. Like, I'm built solid. So that fits a big bike, and then I don't rev the thing out, so that also fits a big bike. So it's just a couple little things that when I get on it, it makes it easier on me. The 250 is like, is work to me.
Well, you're making it work right now, but are you still able to enjoy the sport as a fan? I feel like you're a guy that can bench race. You watch races even if you're not in them just for fun. Can you still enjoy it that much when there's so much pressure and so much work, and it really is serious whether you like it or not?
Yeah, I mean, I can watch the races. I've watched a lot of my own races lately, just kind of trying to learn and also enjoying what I've accomplished so far. And one thing that I dig is just watching the outcomes, the finish of the race, the interviews, stuff like that. I just think that for me as a fan, I'm like a fan of myself. Kind of, in a way.
Critiquing yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, I watch and I'm like, yeah, that was cool. I'm a fan of myself. If I was someone else, I would like me. That's what I go for. I mean, I'm a likable guy.
So is that actually makes it a little easier then, because you're not watching it saying, oh, I shouldn't have dabbed here and I shouldn't have done this here. You're able to watch it. Well, I mean, let's be honest, dude. Guys make mistakes and they pick themselves apart all the time. So you're able to watch it and not. Well, dab is. I'm just talking about dabbing your foot in a corner. You want to? Should you have dabbed?
I'm like, I've never done it.
Should you have dabbed?
I've never done it. I've never done it.
I'm just talking about going through a rutted corner with your leg up. So you haven't have you ever done any of that dabbing? Or are you perfect to every corner?
Oh yeah, no, I've done that.
Okay.
Not the other thing. Yeah.
Yeah, not this.
Yeah.
Not that. You're able to watch it and not get super angry at yourself because you thought you could have been cleaner through a section. Maybe I should put it that way. You don't get angry at that, like you're your own worst critic, like a lot of riders are?
Oh, yeah, I definitely criticize myself on things that I didn't do quite right on the track. Watching, Phoenix was one of the races I kind of came from back, and I made the pass on Shane with just a little bit of time left for the win. And that was one of those things I watched, and I was like, yeah, I made it happen, but I should have passed him way back when. So there's a lot of...
He did pull away from you early on.
Yeah,
right.
For sure. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, there was little things that I look back on and I definitely critique and say, oh, I should have not done that or done that. But I think so far I've had a really a savvy year. I've been really solid as far as just using my head out there and watching it and reflecting on it makes me even better at that, I think.
Now, even if you weren't at this level and you weren't in racing anymore, you would be hanging out or watching these races or just watching it on TV. That's the vibe I get. You're just into it. I'd
be involved somehow. I mean, I like to do a lot of other things too, so I don't know if I would be full-time around this deal, but I love it. It's like, I've been doing it my whole life. It's not like something that you can just be over, Yeah.
You'd be turning on the TV on Saturday nights at least.
Most definitely.
Okay, but you're not afraid to just say that there's a spot on that door that should be yours. You've been through enough, I guess, at this point. What do you got to worry about? I
have nothing to worry about. You work your whole life to get here.
Yes.
And you're going to get here and not enjoy it and say, these are my goals and this is what I want to do. I mean, that right there, when I first came back and I said, okay, this is the year, we're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And honestly, it shouldn't have been in a time where I should have been cocky saying that, because I had a broken shoulder and walking around. I'm like, hey, that's still our spot.
Okay, yeah,
Right. But me and my dad, we looked at that spot. We said, we need to fill that thing. That would be really cool. And we're, I worked to do it, and we're close.
It would be a shame to have the red plate and think of those weeks where you had it as the most miserable time of your life. You might as well enjoy the ride, right?
Having the red plate's a cool thing, and being in a position to win a title is a cool thing. It's something I've looked forward to my whole life. So I'm doing it, and I'm doing it right, and I'm enjoying it.